everyone, and welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about Matchmaking Christmas by Toni Shiloh. So, this one, it's a contemporary romance, it's a Christmas novella, it fits within the Christian fiction category, and it's a standalone story. So, why did I want to read this one? Well, I've loved reading books by Toni in the past. I've read a number of books by her, and I've also recorded 2 episodes here on her books at Fangirling, which is episode 1, my very first episode on the first book I talked about, which is on the nature of love, and also episode 74 on Hearts on the Fly. And I'm going to add my usual disclaimer and say many thanks to the publisher who provided an advance reader copy, and all the opinions that I express in this episode are completely my own. And I'm also very excited. I've got a giveaway. I have 1 paperback copy to give to a reader who has a USA mailing address, and there'll be more information I'll share on the giveaway and how to enter at the end of the episode. So let's talk about the book. Matchmaking Christmas by Toni Shiloh. It's set in a small town in the Sierra Nevada mountains in Northern California, not that far from Lake Tahoe. And it's also a Christmas town, which is so fun. So we have a number of romance tropes in this story. So we have best friends who are 10-year-old girls, and they're also viewpoint characters. We get to hear them hear their part of the story in real time as well. And these 2 girls are matchmaking their parents. And we have a single dad, a widowed mum. We've got a second chances romance because our leading lady and our hero dated in high school. So they're high school sweethearts. We've got the gorgeous Christmas town of Holly where the story's set. And we've got all those wonderful, light-hearted, feel-good Christmas vibes that I just love in Christmas novellas. So I'm going to share the first line with you, which is this one. My blue jumpsuit looks so good! Exclamation mark. So this is one of our adorable 10-year-old girls. And we've got Malia is one of them, and we're in her point of view. And we've really got the best way to describe the prologue, which is where this is from, is that it goes over a couple of months. It's not that long. It's kind of like a long chapter. And we go into the girls' point of view, which is Kylie and Malia, and we find out what's going on. So Kylie is new to town, and she's new to school, and this is where this first scene starts. And these 2 become best friends over a couple of months, and they get the bright idea to matchmake their parents. And this is where this is a real twist on the Parent Trap movie. And so they hatch this plan in November, heading into Christmas. I think the prologue starts in August, so they know each other for a few months. And the plan is to create some forced proximity so that their parents will meet and talk to each other and fall in love, and then the girls get to become sisters. So that's where we start the story before we reach chapter 1. So I'll introduce you to Regina, our leading lady, who appears in chapter 1 after we hear all this setup from the girls. She's 35 years old. She's returning to her hometown, and she's setting up a candle store. So she's got a new candle store that she's set up in town. She has a home business that grew over time from an Etsy store, and now she's got a retail store, and she's got her mum, I think it's her parents that live in town as well, that are there too. So with Regina, she's been avoiding her high school boyfriend because their breakup, it was a lot of teenage angst. It was a lot of immaturity, a lot of, if with my 35-year-old knowledge, I would not have done that now. And so there's a lot of regrets that go back to why she broke up with Theo. And there's a real catch here because Theo, the guy she dated in high school, is her daughter's new best friend, which is a massive problem. And so she's been trying to avoid Theo, and they've been trying to avoid play dates. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, which is why the girls are like, we're best friends and we want to see each other outside of school, and we just got to get our parents to get with the picture and help us out here. So I'll introduce you to Theo, who's obviously the same age as Regina, and he owns a Christmas tree farm outside of town. That's where he lives. And at the start of the story, he's also avoiding Regina. So the pair of them are doing whatever they can in town to stay away from each other. And he's dealing with abandonment issues for both himself and his daughter, because 6 years ago, it was his ex-wife took off and abandoned the family. So there's been a lot of issues and struggles and things that they've been dealing with since that time. And so our meet cute that's orchestrated by the girls, they basically switch places and go home after school to the wrong house and get off the school bus at the wrong stop. And it is adorable and hilarious, except that our parents don't think it's funny at all, and they're feeling uncomfortable with the fact that their daughters are going to a strange person's house, although technically they're not strangers, but they don't want the kids to know about the high school stuff. So there's a whole lot of drama going on here. And so this meet cute where the girls switch places after school forces the parents to have a meet cute that's incredibly awkward. And the problem is that there's sparks flying because the attraction is still there, but neither of them at this point in the story really want to think about the fact that there's a whole lot of unfinished business from the past that they need to deal with and why they're still attracted to each other and all of those fun things. So we have a lot of problems in the story. Obviously, the issues from when they were teenagers, why that relationship didn't work and fell apart. All of that needs to be unpacked and dealt with in the story. We've got trust issues and abandonment issues that we've got characters dealing with. And the second chances, they've really, to have a chance at a romance as 35-year-olds and to make that work, they can't ignore what's happened in the past and they have to deal with stuff and they have to work through the issues and also look at what's going on in terms of their daughters. And these scheming 10-year-olds, these girls are just adorable and they're just beautiful. They have the best of intentions and they're very mischievous and a little bit naughty. And it was just so fun traveling with the girls in the story as well as the parents. And the girls just really want to have a mum or a dad. They want to basically create the family of the four of them, and then they get to be sisters, and that's their goal in the story, is to get their parents together so they can all live happily ever after as a family. So I just love this story. It was so fun. And the kids were adorable in the way they did things and all the hijinks. So we've got the really cute romance with all the Christmas vibes that you'll get in a Hallmark Christmas movie. You've got the twist on the Parent Trap movie. It was just so fun the way that was done as well. I really enjoyed it. And the family drama, we got a few things that go wrong, as in any romance. It's never smooth sailing. There's always obstacles that happen, and there's a few bumps along the road that our characters have to overcome, and there's some things that they have to work out. And we also have the challenges of parenting these very precocious 10-year-olds. And our adults in the story, our single parents, have to really look at how they can manage a relationship as well as prioritizing the needs of their girls and setting healthy boundaries with the girls as well, because these girls are quite intelligent and quite mischievous. And also look at the consequences for all the hijinks that happen in the story and the mischief that these two create. So, my favorite book quote in the story is this one: because I want to forgive him as much as I want to believe he's forgiven me. And it's actually Regina, and this is her dilemma in terms of dealing with what's happened in the past. And Theo also has a similar dilemma that he's dealing with in terms of how do we deal with the way that we've hurt each other, and how do we deal with the fact that the other person has hurt us, and can we actually move past that, and can we trust each other in the present day despite all this stuff that's happened in the past. And so I describe the story as having strong and relevant faith elements. We've got forgiveness themes that are quite front and center in the story. We've got our characters that are really living their faith and praying and doing all the things that you would expect in terms of trying to reconcile some of these broken relationships. And another thing I really loved is we see genuine repentance on the page, and we really see these characters taking responsibility for things that have happened in the past and going to the other person and swallowing their pride and actually dealing with the past hurts and acknowledging that their behavior in the past has hurt the other person. And I loved how Toni wrote that in the book. It was just very well done and very sensitively handled. And so, in terms of the impact on me of this story, there were lots of smiles and there was some giggling, and there's a few things these girls do that are just laugh out loud hilarious. Very, very amusing as well. And so there were lots of smiles, but at the same time, there were some poignant moments, and there were some moments where I paused and was thinking about a few things because we've got a few characters here that are dealing with emotional baggage, and there was some serious issues relating to trust and abandonment, and a few other things that the characters were dealing with as well that were a bit more serious and were a bit poignant as well in terms of how they hit me. So, in summary, I'd recommend Matchmaking Christmas to readers who like the best friends, the 10-year-old girls who want to desperately matchmake their parents and get them together and hatch a great plan to make it happen, to readers who like the twist on the Parent Trap movie, to readers who like the single dad and the widowed mum getting together, to readers who like second chances romances where you've got high school sweethearts that are dealing with their baggage and reuniting, to readers who like family drama, because there's a bit of family drama in this one, and the hijinks that can go with family situations. That's about all I'll say. I don't want to give away spoilers. And to readers who like Christmas novellas and romances that have all those lovely Christmas Hallmark movie vibes as well, that are just so fun. And to readers who like small towns, because the town of Holly was just adorable to visit. And to readers who like strong faith elements that have trust and forgiveness themes explored in the story. Thanks for joining me today. Does Matchmaking Christmas sound like a book that you'd like to read? Have you read it? What did you think? You can let me know. If you're listening at the podcast, you can send me a text via a link at the show notes. If you're watching at YouTube, you can like the episode at YouTube and leave a comment at YouTube. You can also email me at my website where I've got a contact form, and you'll find that at narelleatkins.com. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. And you can do that at your favorite podcasting app, or you can subscribe at YouTube, and then you'll get a notification on when my next episode drops. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please share the link with a friend, especially a friend who likes reading charming Christmas romance novellas, and a friend who you think would enjoy reading Toni's book. So let's talk about the giveaway that I'm excited about. So I've got one paperback copy for a reader who has a USA mailing address. The giveaway will close on the 17th of September, 2026. So that's September 17. And to enter the giveaway, there'll be a link in the show notes that will take you to the King Sumo page to enter. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.